Well, how are you guys doing today? It's your boy Double D here. Hope you're having a great day today. Figured I would hit you with some, I don't know if you'd consider this breaking news or not. Steve Jackson Games. That's right. Our old friends down in Austin, Texas. There's that pyramid. Looks a little different in the colored version, huh? Of course, they're putting not just the gay and lesbian flag there. They have the trans part in it, and then they got the browns and the blacks. The more they add to this flag, the uglier it looks. Yeah, but they were giving this away as a pin, I believe, at this year's Gen Con. So, yeah, Steve Jackson Games. They have been, let's say, suspect for a little while. If you recall, back in the summer of love, they made this virtue signaling statement: racism and bigotry have no place anywhere. Well, did anybody believe that it did? We're appalled by the murder of George Floyd, countless other atrocities, oh boy, atrocities that have led to the current protests. We have donated cash, not games, to charities in Austin. That's right. If you bought if you bought any Steve Jackson products, probably at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, that money just went into the pocket of the Austin Area Urban League, Austin Justice Coalition. Now, I don't know anything about those folks. Maybe they're good, honest, above board folks. But let's just say that the parent organization of a lot of these places, BLM, they have been proven to be nothing but slush funds for the people that lead them. I think one of the owners, bought a mansion on it. So it's good to know that your money was going to such an endeavor. But yeah, this is really just a papal dispensation for guilty white people. Back in the summer of love, summer of 2020, probably assuaging their own conscience for probably telling an off-color joke or two in their lives. And instead of just getting over it and saying, that wasn't really funny, not going to do that anymore, they decided they had to write a check out, and that would salve their wounds, their spiritual wounds. But yes, August 12th, a new managing editor, Allison Page. Wow. Guys, remember when there was a brief moment in history, I think, where if a girl had different colored hair, you were kind of like, oh, I bet you that girl's kind of fun, kind of flirty, easy with a laugh. Are you getting that vibe here? Because I'm not. It's all in the mouth, ladies. You don't know how to smile genuinely. So you have this twisted grimace. Your face is contorted in this, rictus of rage. So let's see what's going on with the new managing editor of Steve Jackson Games, Allison Page. Now, this is Allison's introduction on the Steve Jackson website, I believe written by Allison herself. And, it's pretty standard. There's nothing alarming here. These folks aren't going to tip their hands this early. One thing I did notice is she's talking about her past history here. And one of them is a narrative designer for video games. And of course, that is a path trodden by the likes of Jessica Price, who I've detailed on this channel before, and a lot of other very angry women trying to inject a little bit of feminism and leftism into video games. And of course, we know how that has gone over the last roughly 10 years. They are doing a bang-up job in destroying video games, and they are doing their best now to do the same thing to tabletop RPGs. Here's a picture of her early. This is on that same one. Does look kind of like that looks like a genuine smile. I bet you she was probably a lot happier person than in that other picture. I'm sure she would blame it on all the men in her life shitting on her and just beating her down spiritually instead of just taking ownership or just trying to be genuinely happy for one moment. Yeah, that's probably a far different person right there, I'm willing to bet. But fortunately, Allison has been on Twitter for a little while. Here she is talking about how do artists of color deal with white fragility. Answer: that's an issue for the white people who need to educate themselves. T Bacon 60. I don't know who that is. I think that's a deleted account or something. She kept responding to this one account, T Bacon, I thought it was, and the account no longer exists. So I don't know if that was a friend or something. But she's also talking about how to combat white fragility as a white person. Remember, as Dr. Phil would say, it ain't about you. Inclusivity hashtag. Oh boy, we're not off to a good start, are we here? There's one black guy on the Lawrence Welk show. I bet they bragged about that a lot. Well, Allison, boy, do I have a video for you. Maybe I will link to it at the end of this one. It's all the Seattle game companies, and we can look at their diversity, and maybe you can try to find a single black guy in those companies. If you can, let me know. I'm not even sure about Steve Jackson. When you look around the room, do they have more than one black guy? Do they have any black guys? Huh. Get back to me on that, Allison, would you? Here she is talking about, I'm going to guess this might be some election-related thing. Maybe, I'm not sure. We didn't F it up for once? Okay. Well, the white people tried, but black voters saved the day. Good Lord. These people are just unbelievable sometimes. Maybe BuzzFeed knows which old white man I am. Probably taking some BuzzFeed quiz. She looks like the kind of person that might unironically like or have liked BuzzFeed in the past. Observing the cast of 12 Angry Men. Where are all the men? Maybe that's a preview of the kind of humor you're going to get in the next edition of Munchkin. A lot of men are trying to figure out how to celebrate International Women's Day, and honestly, it's really easy. Just take your skin off and give us your skin. That's it. Don't overthink it and buy something expensive. Just your skin is fine. Ugh. All right, we may be dealing with someone who's got a few more issues than I thought. I saw people posting videos of themselves reading poems, and since my new play is about serial killer Belle Gunness, has a lot of rhyming in it. I recorded myself reading the beginning. Just imagine this being performed by an ensemble cast of decaying men's corpses. Bye!
This is the story of Brynhild Paulsdottir Storset and the men that she killed both for money and sport. Say hello to Hell's Princess, or just Blue Bush for short.
Yeah. She's available, guys. Here she is talking about International Women's Day. A message to all the men that she didn't cast because they talk over women in auditions, even after I specifically direct them not to. My guess is there's probably times, too, where men and women start talking at the same time. And just because the woman in the situation probably defers and lets the man talk. How many reality TV series about dudes who live in the woods can we have before we find out what they all did to make them flee into the woods? Something nefarious in your mind, I'm sure, Allison. Literally every dude's hairline in this audience is running away from their face. I agree with their hairlines. They're talking about the GOP debate in 2016. So probably talking about anybody who's a Republican conservative out there. If you're a male over the age of 40, you should be used to this now. These people don't like you. So at least they're honest about it, though, right? I mean, if you want a straight white man, 20 to 50 years old, to care about an important issue, just tell him it's in 70 millimeter and you'll get 35,000 think pieces. I don't know what that refers to. Is that some sort of movie reference? 70 millimeter? I don't know. And if you guessed that Allison has Trump derangement syndrome, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yes, she. This is just a sample, guys. There's quite a few tweets about Trump and her hatred of him and trying to be funny about it, but she can barely contain the vitriol. Yeah, she is not a fan of the 45th president of the United States. And here's one I kind of thought was funny, talking about ordering through Grubhub and it being 50 minutes late. The hotline had me waiting 10 minutes. Can I blame Trump? This was in August of 2015. That's how deranged he had these people. And they wonder why we love him. Well, that is all for today. What do you guys think? Is Allison Page going to make a big difference at Steve Jackson Games? Are they going to go more woke, less woke, the same? Like I said, I don't really play a lot of Steve Jackson stuff. A couple things over the years, but not too much. So this really doesn't affect me personally. But of course, anytime these folks get a position of power in a gaming company, it's never a good thing. My guess is that Miss Page will probably jet and go to a place like Wizards of the Coast, probably within a couple of years, I would imagine. She seems to be just the kind of gal that they like over there. So, yes, she can do her damage at Steve Jackson Games, and it sounds like Steve Jackson is perfectly fine with all that. So, spend your dollars accordingly. If you don't care about this, you'll tolerate a little bit of leftism in your game just because, hasn't crossed your red line. That's fine. If this is the red line, well, I'm glad I could help. If you were already over the red line when they made their BLM statement, well, I understand that too. This is just information, and I thought you guys should know. All right, so that's going to do it for today. Remember to join us this Wednesday and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for The Lair. It's our weekly live stream. We will probably talk about this a little bit if you guys want to, as well as some other things. You never know what you're going to get when we fire up the once a week live stream with me and my friends. We usually do have a very good time. So I do hope I see you then. You guys take care and have a great, great rest of your day. Goodbye. In the year 2525, if all you video gamers are still alive. Hi, it's your boy Double D. That's right, I'm singing again. But this time, I am singing the praises of Powered Up Paradise and their Gameboy phone cases. That's right, this is actually a protective case for your phone, but it doubles as a Game Boy, preloaded with many of your favorite vintage video games. Ingenious, huh? Guys, let's face it, mobile games are the shits. The better the graphics, it seems, the worse the game. So go back in time, relive your childhood in a practical way. Or if you're a youngin', you can discover the addiction of the golden age of video games. Use the promo code DIVERSITY5 to get 5% off.
What qualifies you to be a U.S. Senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.